Mike Chacho, King God, what it is.
I don't even know, bruh. This I don't even know, bruh. This I don't even know, bruh. This I don't even know, bruh.
I don't even know, bruh. Yeah, y'all know what time it is. Time for us to crank up, time to tune in. It's Mike Chacho with King God, bitch. This I don't even know, bruh. Chime in.
I don't even know, I don't even know, I don't even know, bruh.
I don't even know, bruh.
I don't even know, I don't even know, I don't even know, bruh.
I don't even know, bruh.
Yeah, this I don't even know, bruh. A dope podcast promoting all black business. Shed light on real topics, gotta get these millions. Give back to the culture, doing something different. Everybody tuned in, this is a new beginning.
Yo, what's good? Where are you tuning into the I Don't Even Know Bro podcast with your host King Guy and the other host Mike Chacho. What up, Mike Chacho?
What's good, bro? How you doing?
Man, blessed, man. What you know, bro?
I don't even know, bro. I don't even know what you know.
Man, life, man. Hey, but we got a special guest today. We got our brother Christopher James, aka Skits Pitts. What's
Yes,
up, my brother?
What's up, guy? How y'all doing, man?
All right.
We blessed, man. Just another day, just living, man. So
Yeah.
I'm here, man. I know we brought you on the show, and you have a book out right now called "Don't Forget to Breathe," man. Right here, got my copy right here, man. So, hey, tell us a little bit about the book, my brother.
So the book is pretty much it's a life story. Some of my life story just talks about things that I overcame and how learning how to breathe correctly or just do more intentional breathing helped me overcome a lot of things. In a nutshell.
Okay,
What,
go ahead.
what,
Mike.
what made you practice the breathing thing? Like what made you be in that atmosphere?
So when I moved to Atlanta, I was well, I'm from Valdosta, Georgia. I'm from South Georgia. So when I was down there, I got into a lot of trouble, got into a lot of stuff. I was an angry person. I didn't really have control over my emotions. Once I moved to Atlanta is when I met a good friend. So I think of all of us, my brother Ben, and
Yeah.
Mhm.
he was on that lifestyle. And it's something I had always wanted to practice, but I never knew how. So he pretty much told me how to do it, or gave me like just guidelines of what meditation was. And so I just reached a point where I was willing to try anything to just find some peace. And found meditation. I meditated for 30 days straight, and it really like helped transform my life for sure.
Okay, and because I meditate too, man. So we all know Zeus as
Yeah.
well, bro. So he put, we've been on it for a while too, man. Because I could see when I started meditating, and it took me to the next level. Did it take you to the next level too, as far as just your lifestyle and your business and everything else you was doing?
Yeah, I didn't even have no business before I started meditating.
Okay.
It really changed everything. Like, just changed how I view life. Like, it changed my emotions, just my calmness. It changed everything. So I recommend, like, that's why I wrote the book. Like I said, I was going through a lot, and I wanted to assist people on their journey too. Tell you a little bit about my story, about all the things that I overcame, and then how, like me, just starting to breathe or intentional breathing, just changed my outlook on life, and then changed how I approach things as well.
What was what was that tipping point where you was like, man, I gotta try something different? Like what situation? I mean, I ain't trying to be all in your business, but what situation in a nutshell kind of put you in that, like, let me do something different before I wild out, I crash out, like the young boys say.
I mean, I crashed out. Know what I'm saying? I did
Mhm.
crash out. So I talk about it in the book, but so when I was 18 years old, I caught some like pretty serious charges. I caught like kidnapping charge, aggravated assault, stuff like that. And I ended up getting put on probation and doing a little time for that. But I got out on probation for 12 years. They gave me 12 years probation. So a few years later, I caught another charge. So I'm on first offender probation. So first offender means if you catch another charge or another felony, they'll revoke your probation and give you the 12 years in prison. So I end up catching another felony like a few years later, aggravated battery, and they was trying to give me the 12 years in prison. So this is really where the transformation started. even before I started meditating and things, but this is where it was like, like it's really like life or like not really life or death, but it's life or prison. You know what I'm saying? Like, am I gonna make it out of this and do better, or am I just gonna like go spend 12 years of my life in prison for this stuff? So I went to trial, and once I went to trial and I won, like that was my breaking point. Like even before that, like I was already talking to God, like God, if I make it out, it's one of those moments.
Mhm.
If I make it out of this guy, like, hey, look. But I meant it though. I meant it though. I was like, hey, like this ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? And I made it out of trial, like even after like someone testified on me, pointed at me, everything like that, still was able to get found not guilty. So after that, I just knew that I had a purpose. Once I moved to Atlanta, it didn't get easier. And but I just had different battles to fight now. It wasn't legal battles, but now I got financial battles or mental battles and things like that. And my breaking point, I believe it started there just with the incarceration, but it really came to Atlanta when it just kept piling on top of me. And I was like, all right, this like I'm not gonna die like this. Like I just made it out of all of this. Like, I could handle this stuff too. So yeah. So once I moved to Atlanta, I feel like that kind of helped too. But just really just going through all the struggles, man, getting paid all this little money. And I really just realized I needed to get my mind right, and just breathing like really helped me do that. You know what I'm saying? Get to that space where I could do that.
Yeah, that make total sense because like I said, when you pace yourself and you just breathe with it and just kind of calm down because this world that we living in, bro, it's always fast paced anyways, man. So
Hmm.
you have to sit back. So tell them the importance of the gratitude also because I was looking at the chapter 3 and I was reading that one, man. Just because I think gratitude is everything.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like even so, I break it down in the book. Like even before, like we all breathe on the regular for sure.
Mhm.
But the intentional breathing is just like breathing through your nose, out through your mouth, like making it a purpose to stop and just breathe. But gratitude, I feel like really comes first before a person needs to start breathing, because meditating is hard for a person to start, but it's not hard for a person to just start being grateful. Because that's step one. Like when things are happening, like even me being incarcerated, like I could have been like, man, you know what I'm saying, mad. But you got to be grateful for everything that's happening because it's happening to show you something. So I think just gratitude, I call it ultimate gratitude. Like you got to be gratified about everything. And I remember in that period of time, like when I was in Atlanta, because I felt like a baby, bro. Like just being broken from the mindset that I was in before, like just outside like a YN, whatever like that. And
Mhm.
then now I'm starting brand new. I'm trying to do the right thing. Like I felt like a baby learning everything over. So I started with gratitude and I like started looking at my hands, being grateful for my hands and just grateful for everything. Like just looking around and really realizing like, damn, I'm grateful. Like my car at the time, it wasn't that good. Like, I had some issues with the car, but I started looking, I'm like, but this it's still running though. So man, I'm grateful for this car. Like even just get me around. You know what I'm saying? Even though it happens little struggles at times, like I'm grateful for the good times with it. So gratitude really started opening the door. And like I said, I think gratitude really could be the first thing for a person to really start changing their path and things like that. Before you even start meditating, you just start being grateful.
Mhm.
That could really start altering your direction.
That's awesome you said that too, man, because especially us young brothers, man. I'm a little older now, but you know what I'm saying? As young brothers, man, we have so much pent up aggression in us. And a lot of times a lot of us don't know how to express it. A lot of us don't know how to cry without acting out. So I totally feel you on that, man, because I went through my trials and tribulations as well. And I had to sit back and start thanking God. And my mama was like, hey man, get on your knees and pray. You need to be humbled, you know what I'm saying? And after that, I understand what you've been through, and that's so important that a lot of us speak to these young men about stuff like that and about like breathing. I never would have thought, breathing would help you, but then again, I tell my sons like, hey man, count to 10. take a minute. So it's amazing that that brought you to this point in life, man, and I commend you for that, man. I really do. And I'm proud of you for even telling your story, man, because a lot of us think that we need money or we need a fine woman or whatever the case may be to be on top, but you got to have yourself first, So let me ask you this. I don't want to keep rambling, but let me ask you this: when you was incarcerated, I know there's a million things going on in your head, and at the same time, you trying to keep yourself safe in there. At
Mhm.
what point in there would you find to meditate?
Well, I was never meditating when I was incarcerated.
Okay.
I was praying a little bit, but when I was in there, it was more so. I think it was the awareness was happening when I was in there. Like, so when I got, so my first time getting arrested when I was 18, I was in it. Like my mind was different. Like, I'm facing all these charges. I was to the point where it's like, well, if they give me 10, I'll do the 10. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like my mind was different, bro. Like, and being institutionalized is a real thing. So like you in there, you start thinking like it's okay. Like, yeah, all right, I do 10 years. I get out when I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Like, why don't you want your freedom? Like we
Exactly.
start being okay with not. But my second time around is when it felt like awareness started happening. So it wasn't even meditation. Cause I feel like even if a person doesn't meditate, what's gonna happen is gonna happen, right? It's gonna help you just be able to observe and witness what's happening a little better. But my awareness started changing my second time around because I didn't want to play these games no more. I didn't want to play no jail games. I didn't want to get involved in all that. I ain't trying to gamble. I ain't even trying to get in none of this. Like, y'all got it. You know what I'm saying? So my awareness started changing in there, and the way I view like everything just looked different at this time. Like the colors look different. Like I felt different. Like I said, like I felt like a baby. It felt like something happened and something changed inside of me. And it was like, I don't know what none of this is. Like, why am I like it felt like I had woke up at that moment. So it wasn't even meditation. It was just I felt like it was that time,
Hmm.
for sure. And that's what led to me being aware. And it led me to meditation once I moved to Atlanta. So yeah. But before I wasn't meditating when I was in jail at all.
Right, right, right. It took you to that journey though. And
Yeah.
was it hard when you first started meditating? Because it took me a while for me to like really start connecting with it. Because at one point I was just falling straight to sleep, and I was like, oh, I must have went there.
Yeah. Uh, I think it was a little hard, bro. Cause I always think about it like, man, we like if you ain't never meditated, you like let's say you 25. So if you haven't ever meditated, you breaking the habit of not meditating for 25 years.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you trying to like start a new habit in 2, 3 days, but you ain't did this in 25 years. So it's easier not to do it than it is to do it. So I think with anything, especially meditation, like just you just gotta start small
Hmm.
and try to use like guided meditations. Like I did all that shit. I was using guided meditations,
Hmm.
like sounds, anything. Now, we don't need all that stuff now, but when you first starting, anything to help in like short increments of time to just get you in there. I also now have started helping people more with just breath work. So even before meditation, okay, you ain't got enough because now like people are even more deep into anxiety, emotions, and things like that. So okay, we don't have enough patience to deal with meditation immediately. Well, let's try breath work. When you wake up in the morning, let's just do, you know, 3 to 5 strong, intentional breaths. Maybe midday, do some more. At the end of you know what I'm saying? Just let's do some intentional breathing and just get you on the path of just breathing in general. And then maybe that'll open the door to meditation. Because it ain't like everybody isn't able to do it. You know what I'm saying? I've tried it with kids like over and over. Like sometimes it is hard for people. I think the ones who are able to do it, like us, said we might just be the ones who meant to help guide people to there. And
Hmm.
sometimes meditation only like breath work yoga, you know what I'm saying? Anything that requires breath, even working out and running, like something that you need to learn how to breathe correctly, that shit can help, pardon me, but that can help a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you definitely gotta have a clear mind, man. Because like you said, I started with the guided meditation and the different sounds off YouTube and everything too.
Mhm.
And I think it's very important to have it, even if they can have it in school. Because I see some schools have it. Some classes might do meditation for the kids in other countries as well. I think it's just very important, man. Just kind of find yourself within.
Nah, it is, bro.
I never really thought about it. Cause I'm not, I ain't gonna lie to you, I ain't big on meditating, but I guess a form of meditation for me would be like going to a quiet place. You know what I'm saying? And just, I don't want to hear no noise. I don't want to hear nothing but me breathe. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's a form of meditation, right? Or is that something different? I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I say it's all a form of meditation, but for my book's sake, the reason I didn't call it like this is a book about meditation because it is a lot of other types of meditation, but I called it Don't Forget to Breathe because the beauty of everything is in the art of breathing. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how religious people are, but in every single religious book, the Bible, the Quran, everything, it talks about the creation of man. And the creation of man always starts with the breath
Breath.
Mhm.
of
Yeah.
God breathing into man. So the breath, like I call it the holy breath, because it's sacred. Like once it leaves you, it's like your spirit leaving your body. So I say the breath, like finding a practice that can help you focus in on breathing because that's focusing in on the sacred power that exists in all of us. And if that is just you being silent, you don't gotta call it meditation. If it's just you being away from everybody, cool.
Mhm.
Make sure you also breathing. You know what I'm saying? Because breathing also minimizes our thought. And sometimes we'll be too deep in thought. Like that's what some people take meditation as. It's like you thinking about nothing, but it's not you thinking about nothing. You're just focused on the present and you breathing. You focused on your breathing. You breathing. You know what I'm saying? And your oxygen or your breath gets oxygen to your cells, gets it to parts of your body, everywhere that you need, which can give you energy, which can give you clearness like Brother JoJo said, and just clarity to actually make some things happen. So I think like meditation is a word that a lot of people like just misconstrue a lot, but it's the art of breathing, what I'm trying to focus on. So meditation is a way to breathe, and it's just to practice breathing.
Right.
Other type of ways, to meditate. You could do a lot of different things and call it meditation.
No, I'm glad you broke it down like that, bro. Because that definitely makes sense, man. Because even when you get mad and everything, it's like everybody be like, "Hey, just breathe, just calm down,
Mhm.
breathe." Just even when you panic, don't panic, just breathe, just take slow breaths. So that definitely makes sense, man. And no, it's definitely a spiritual awakening too, bro. Because I don't want people to mistake it as far as like it's not, with religion and spiritual, So no, that definitely makes sense, bro. That definitely makes sense. I know it helped you a lot with your music also.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely do, bro. It helped me grow as a person.
Hmm.
Helped me be a little bit more graceful with people. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause like I said, I had real deal anger problems. Like I had to take anger management, things like that. When we was wilding, bro. Like we was the first. Well, I don't know if we was the first reign of the YNs, but we was YNs for sure. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
we was all that little mix, that little. I remember them days.
Especially, bro,
I ain't never been no YN.
you were never that. Hey, you was one that made it out, bro. But where we from, we all from like similar places, like them little small towns.
Hmm.
It ain't nothing else to do but get into something. So we was on like all of that. Like we was with it for
Yeah.
sure. So for me to come from there to where I'm at now, like even when I see people like they damn near can't even recognize me. You know what I'm saying? Like they know me, but it's like, dang, like, cause we all know what we was doing back then. So we all had certain issues, but I know, part of it is me, who God made me to be, but the other part is what I learned to do. You know what I'm saying? What I just learned how to do. Like, and breathing is so powerful. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, when people get mad, yo, take a deep breath. You know, if you cold, like your breathe, like everything. We just did a if y'all ever did like an ice plunge or cold plunge or something like that, when you in there, immediately they're telling you how to breathe in this ice bath. If you go in the sauna, they're telling you how to breathe. So each environment requires a certain level of breathing or a certain type of breathing in order to calm your storms or regulate your nervous system pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And all that shit, it works wonders when you really tap into your breath for sure.
Oh yeah, man. Hey.
That's deep.
No, that definitely makes sense, my brother. That definitely makes sense because, like I said, I'm with it, man. No, I'm all about that too, man. Because it's good to take that breath and to breathe slow, man, before you make a decision. Also, so that makes sense. Might you?
Nah, how old are you, bro? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm 36.
Okay, yeah, so we all around about the same age. We was in Valdosta around the same time.
Yeah. So you
Yeah,
know
yeah,
about
yeah.
doing.
So as far as your music go, bro, put me on your music, bro. I like it, bro, and I see that you inspirational too. You want to speak a little bit more about your music?
Yeah, the music, I mean that's like I feel like my main purpose here in life is to just uplift the kingdom, you know what I'm saying, and lead people back to the God within them. Like my
Mm.
main purpose is that. So if I could do that through writing books about breath or just rapping songs about things that I experienced and then just trying to tell you how to get out of this, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I use it as. Like music for me, like it's always been my baby. I remember around the same time that I was going through all this stuff, just becoming aware. So when I was facing the 12 years before I went to trial, um, they let me out on house arrest. I did like 3 months in the county or something, and they let me out on house arrest. I was on house arrest for like a year, like a whole year. I could only go to work and stuff like that. I was working at a little restaurant, little Italian restaurant. Um, but I remember talking to my friend and I was like, man, I don't really know like what I want to do with my life, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like after all this stacking, robbing and things like that, I never really thought about what I really wanted to do in life. And I was young at the time, and he was like, man, like you rap like very well. Like just go for music. And coming from Barasa, that's not a realistic thing. Like what you talking about? Like rap. But my friend, he really, he believed in it as well. I believed in it too. I just in my environment, it really didn't inspire people to do things like that. So that was also a reason in that moment. Like once I got acquitted and I moved to Atlanta, I moved here to go to the Art Institute. And I pretty much was like, I'm gonna focus on music. And it led me to starting a business and things like that. My whole focus when I moved here was music. And even now, like I still love music. I still perform. I still do music. I still submit the syncs. You know what I'm saying? I'm still active for sure. But my whole thing was music. Like that's what gave me peace at the time. You know what I'm saying? Even before I found breath, like like music it just put me in a space where I'm just free. And I feel like more than anything, even more than peace, what I want or what I've always wanted is just to be free. And music for me just gives me that sense of freedom. Like I'm not judged here. Like I could say whatever I want on this microphone and be me. You know what I'm saying? Like how I want, where like anything. I could talk about whatever I want. You know what I'm saying? So now music for me is a good place, is a good space for sure.
That's very important, man, that you saying that because as black men, bro, a lot of times, man, we just get caught up in just that hustle and bustle every day, trying to get this money any way possible, whether it's a 9 to 5 or something else. And then we get the money, then we trying to impress people, or we trying to keep up with the Joneses and stuff like that. Until you can find that safe space and that peace, like you did, man, that means a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I wish that a lot of young men to take that route and start looking at people like yourself and us as motivation to anybody can make it out of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But with the breathing techniques and your music and stuff like that, that's very inspirational, man. So I see you, man. I see you, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
Real talk.
Oh, yeah, appreciate it, man. Hey, Skits, let them know where they can find your book at.
So that book, it's out everywhere. It's on Amazon. If you just type that name in right there, it'll pop up. If you follow me on Instagram, I got it linked in there too. Instagram is skitspitz, SKITZPITTZ. And you can also, email me something like that. Hit me up. I'll pull up on you. I got them on hand as well. So yeah, however they want it, man, it's out there. So definitely let me know.
Yeah, man, we gotta definitely do that 30-day challenge right here, Mike.
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah,
that's the game
30
changer.
days. 30 days.
that 30-day challenge, man.
30
We gotta
days of
definitely do that.
meditation.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. We gotta
I'm with it.
stop
I'm
doing
with
that.
it, man. I'm
I
with
say
it.
I say the hardest thing to do is commit, bro. Like the 30 days, it don't start during the 30 days. It start once you commit. So once you decide, you lit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm doing 30 and that's it. Ain't nothing else to it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that commitment is everything.
I'm gonna try it out, man.
Yeah,
We put
take
it
your
back. We
time,
come
bro.
back on the podcast, man. We talk about it then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nah, for sure.
for sure. We'll definitely let you know, man. Hey, so once again, man, we definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in to I Don't Even Know Bro podcast with your host King God and your other host Mike Chacho. What up, Mike Chacho?
I don't even know, bruh.
I don't even know, bro. Peace.
Peace, peace.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, my brother.
Sir, appreciate you, God.
Mike Chacho, King God, what it is.
I don't even know, bruh. This I don't even know, bruh. This I don't even know, bruh. This I don't even know, bruh.
I don't even know, bruh. Yeah, y'all know what time it is. Time for us to crank up, time to tune in.